My name is Jennifer Reynolds, and I am the council member of the 11th District. And today, for my council comment, I am here in Oxford Circle. And joining me is Paula Singer. And we are here for the GOAT project, which is a really exciting project here in the district. We had goats in the spring, and now they are coming back. So I really wanted to come out here, highlight this project, and I'm gonna let Paula explain more about it.
Okay, thank you. Well, first I want to remind everybody that this is a LFUCG Water Quality Incentive Grant. And this is a stream bank restoration project. So we have brought the goats in to be an ecologically friendly method of removing the invasive plant bush honeysuckle. We want those invasive plants removed from the stream bank so that we can eventually plant native plants and shrubs and flowers and make this a beautiful and more eco-friendly environment.
And Paula, you've been involved for many years in trying to clean up the Vaughn's Branch part of Wolf Run Creek, correct?
Yes, that is correct. We started in 2012, I believe, and we used traditional methods for about a period of 5 years. And we really could not get enough community support and interest in the project. Part of the project's purpose is to educate the community about why invasive plants are bad for our stream banks and our environment. So we really wanted to engage with the community more. And I thought, goats. So we applied for a grant from the Division of Water Quality, and it was granted.
And I just think this is so amazing. When I first heard about this project, I was a little skeptical because I couldn't really wrap my mind around it. But now that I've seen it, I see what a wonderful thing it's been. We got a lot of community involvement in the spring, didn't we, around these goats?
I have people calling me to volunteer. So I don't even need to look for volunteers. They just show up, which is marvelous. And some of my volunteers, in fact, stay at the project site all day long, and they speak to passersby and let them know what the project is about. So it really is a wonderful method of educating the neighborhood just as they go about their daily business.
What's next for this area after the goats are gone this fall? What plans do you have?
Well, this fall we're just going to be watching the area and see how much of the invasives grow back. Then the goats will come back in the spring to browse the bush honeysuckle that has grown back, and after that it should be dead in this area. So then we will again engage with our volunteers to plant native plants and trees and shrubs and try and beautify this area. Hopefully we'll move on upstream in the coming years and connect ourselves to Preston's Cave and McConnell Springs.
That's wonderful. So just after 3 times of them grazing here, the hope is that the honeysuckle is gone, and that's pretty amazing.
That is our hope. This is a pilot project, so we're going to have to be monitoring it, see if there's any additional work that goats need to do, or we as neighbors need to do, but that is our hope and belief.
Well, I just, for one, want to say thank you once again for taking this on.
You're welcome.
And all the hard work you put in to engage people from the community and the city as a whole. Come to find out, everybody loves goats. Thank you again, Paula. We're going to talk to a few more folks who've been involved. Good. And maybe we can have an update in the spring.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here now with farmer David Neville. He is our wonderful farmer who has these goats that have come down to Oxford Circle at Vaughn's Branch. So can you tell us maybe a little bit about these goats and what they're capable of?
Sure. These boys, the twins, as some of the community call them, right? We raised them from babies. They're pretty big right now, but they're sort of my lead goats. And the reason we brought these is they're easier to handle, and they know the score, know what they're doing. And they also know that if they get on that trailer, they're going to go somewhere and get some good eats, right? And so essentially what they do, not perfectly, but what they do is search out invasive species, right? It doesn't mean they won't eat other stuff, but their favorite food is bush honeysuckle. And bush honeysuckle really is a major problem throughout Kentucky, right? They also eat poison ivy. And folks say, I can't go in my woods because of my poison ivy. They love poison ivy. And it won't hurt them. You know, their digestive systems, they could eat things that we couldn't eat. So really the issue is not browsing, we call it, not landscaping, right? So they're going to eat pretty much most of the green stuff and allow other folks to come in and do whatever they want to, right? In this case, it's stream bank remediation. And so instead of somebody with an axe cutting stumps and painting stumps with chemicals or big equipment, we'll put these guys in there, and they are really easy on stream banks. So if you had cows on there, right, cows are really tough and erosion problems. They're really light-footed on stream banks. And the only thing they leave is, let me see how I can describe this. Please don't pick one up and taste it, but just little, look like raisinets.
Well, how many, let's see, we had, was it 15 goats in the spring?
15 goats in the spring, and they actually kind of did too good a job. I mean, they came in, if some of the folks here remember, when we were standing here, we couldn't see the other side anywhere along here. I mean, it was covered up, brushed up, you know, and that sort of thing. So we brought 15 goats in the spring, and they really knocked everything down. They did a really good job of eating stuff. And so because of that, there is some regrowth, but because of that, we only brought 7 this time, because the 15 did such a good job at first that they did a bunch of the work, and now these 7 will do a little more work. And at the end of the day, when winter comes, if you take the green from a plant through chlorophyll and all that scientific stuff, it actually gets carbohydrates to the roots. So the root of the plant is like, I'm hungry. I ain't got no carbohydrates to eat. Y'all starving me to death. I want to be fat bear week. Where's my green? Where's my carbohydrates? And you do that a couple of times, and pretty soon the plant says, okay, you got me, I'm done, kind of thing. So that's the sort of the method of doing it more than once a year. Right. Once looks really, really good, but if you want to really knock those plants back, you can do it multiple times.
Okay, and how do these goats stay in the area that they're supposed to be in?
I just take them off the trailer and I said, look guys, this is a community effort. Y'all mind your P's and Q's, stay where you're supposed to.
They're pretty amazing goats then.
They're amazing goats. But just to help keep predators, both four-legged and two-legged, out, if you'll see behind us, this netting is electric. All the horizontal wires is electric. It's hot, as we say, right? So the goats stay in, the predators, both four-legged and two-legged, stay out.
Stay out. And that worked pretty well in the spring, right?
It did. It worked very well.
Yeah, and I was really impressed. People respected the goats respected the people, and we all got along, right?
Yes.
So these goats, they're from your farm, correct?
They are.
So what animals do you have on your farm?
So I live in Shelby County, and I farm in Shelby and Henry counties both. We have beef cattle. You can buy a whole cow or half a cow. We have pigs. You can buy a whole pig or half a pig. We got goats for browsing. We got chickens. Lay the best eggs ever was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I ain't picking on no big retail chain grocery store, but I'm gonna just say, if you pick an egg from one of those and pick one of our eggs and you break it, this one looked pale, sickly. This one, you break it, looked like spilling out sunshine.
Well, we appreciate your cooperation and your work that you've been, coordinating with Paula and all that you've done.
This would not have been possible had it not been for Paula and her crew. We see injured crew, Teresa. But you know so I'm an outsider, right? But I come in and I'm observant and see and look and stuff. And when we got here early in the spring, this place looked different. The other day I saw somebody power washing the facade. I see somebody painting their building. I don't see all that trash and stuff that was here, right? That's through efforts of Paula and her team.
It definitely is.
Really
And
has made a difference.
We're going to talk with Teresa here in a second, who's been a huge part of that effort.
Yes.
And I just appreciate the way that they kind of came here and adopted this area and said, we want to make it better.
Yeah.
And we want to encourage everyone else to as well. So thanks for being part of it.
Thank you.
Teresa, you got involved in this goat project in a different way than just directly taking care of the goats. You're taking care of the goats, but you started picking up trash in Oxford Circle and the creek bed, and you have just been so passionate about that. Can you tell us when you started, why, and why you think it's important?
Well, I started down here right when the goat project started. I came down here to initially pick up trash for the goats, and I just saw the condition of Oxford Circle, and it looked disastrous to me. There were places that had been neglected. It looked like most of the businesses were abandoned. It just was a problem area, and there was tons and tons of trash. I found several abandoned homeless encampments. One, me and my husband, he has started to help as well, even though he says he won't help. It took us 3 days to clear it out on the other side of Vaughn's Branch near Little Caesars. You just wouldn't believe all the stuff we found in there, and a lot of stuff had been burnt, fence posts, things like that. For me, it's been more important to engage the people that are down here and get to know people, because the people down here are good folks, and they just are running businesses, and there's a lot of people that if you didn't come down here you wouldn't know that there were good people down here, and it's been real fun. I've really enjoyed being down here.
And so you're retired, right?
Yes.
And that allows you to have some extra time. And so Teresa is really a local hero, because Teresa is down here hours on end almost every day, cleaning up the creek, cleaning up all of Oxford Circle, encouraging the businesses to clean up, telling me what's going on, helping me work with the city to get things done. And I just cannot say enough about her and the many, many hours she has spent cleaning up other people's trash to try to make a better environment for this neighborhood. And so I just really want to thank you for everything that you've done. You really are a hero. So tell us about the name of your project that you've started and what your Facebook page is.
Okay. The project I started was Oxford Circle Cleanup. I've changed it a little bit to Oxford Circle Cleanup and Beyond, because I'd like to see all of Lexington get clean. There's no reason why we can't. And my Facebook page is Oxford Circle Garbage Busters.
So get on there and support Teresa's work to make the community better. We all have a responsibility to not dump trash in the first place, and then to put our trash where it goes. Something that I really want to work on is maybe having some sort of a cleanup campaign with education, and really help these neighborhoods be aware of where their trash should go and not go. If we put trash in our creek, that's bad for all of us because it contaminates our water. So Teresa, thank you for, once again, all of your dedication, all of your hard work. I know it's been challenging, and Teresa has posted about every day she's down here, the types of things she finds. She posts them on the Neighborhood Association page and her Facebook page, and just to give everybody kind of an idea of the types of things that people throw on the earth instead of in the trash can. And we appreciate that you have taken this up in your retirement.
You're so very welcome. I'm glad to do it.
So our goats are going to be healthy because they're not going to be eating trash, and they're going to be eating invasive plants. So come on out to Oxford Circle, help with the goat project, help cleaning up trash, and go to the businesses. Thank you.